What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have 5 tips for you on how to become a better striker. And no, they're not going to be basic things like get faster, punch harder, spar more. These are a little bit more intricate, which means they will be very good for beginners, but also fantastic for those strikers out there who are kind of around that intermediate or even advanced level. Really, everybody's goal who is a mixed martial artist, kickboxer, karate practitioner, Muay Thai fighter, everybody wants to get better striking. They want to become a more dangerous striker. And as we're trying to develop, as we're trying to get better and better, sometimes we feel like we reach sort of a plateau where we're just not making big gains anymore. So today's tips are hopefully going to help you with that. These are things that I have utilized many times in my career to help me just get that extra boost up and up and up. And I need to give you guys some examples today. I can't just say, do this. So I'll give you a point and then I'll show you the drilling in particular for it, what I want you to actually do to improve. So let's move on to point number 1. And the first thing I want to talk about is getting really good at counters. It's very easy if we're always on offense. It's always us going first. If somebody's essentially a punching bag, no problem. But when somebody throws at you, if they're faster than you, if they're the person who's always initiating or engaging the attack, you have to make sure that you're able to block a shot and come back with a quick counter. And when I've looked at a lot of high-level fight sports, especially in MMA, many times the knockdowns come off counters. It's not just like you're going to jump in, boom, 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 and people are going to go down with a set combo you've practiced 1,000 times. No, it's much more difficult than that. And a lot of times, as we're talking about right now, you parry a shot, you throw your own, or you block a shot, you throw your own. So to get better at this, you need to have a partner in front of you. Like, yes, you could do it by yourself. You can drill a little bit, but it's much better to have a partner in front of you. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get comfortable with the amount of tension your body builds up and then being able to release that tension after you block. I block, I'm flexed, I relax super quick, and then I fire in my fast shot. This is all about repetition. Somebody throws at you, and you come back with a counter shot. They throw at you, you come back with a counter shot. You just have to figure out what your favorite counters are and then drill and drill and drill. For me, I like the left hook. Somebody throws a hook here, I block, I counter. If they come with a right hook, I block, I counter. If they come with a jab, sometimes I block and I counter. And you just make sure that you're very comfortable and capable with one really good counter so that you become a more dangerous striker. Point number 2. We are talking about keeping our chin tucked in tight. Now, why is this so important? Well, as we were just talking about, many knockdowns come off counter shots, and that means that there's exchanges where both people are throwing. If there's exchanges where both people are throwing, and you let that chin rise up, there's a good chance that at some point you're going to get clipped and you're going to go down. But if you keep your chin tucked and you look almost through your eyebrows, if you ever get hit when you jump in for a combo and they start countering back at you, you take the shots there, and then you can counter their counter and get the knockdown. Practice when you shadow box, when you do your bag work, when you do your pad work, chin tucked, so you're always staying safe and protecting that jaw. Tip number 3 is to change heights and angles when you throw a combination, when you throw an attack. Let me explain more. Many people, and we see it very often, even in high-level practitioners, they come forward, boom, 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 and they'll let 5 punches go, but they're all at the same height, and they're all coming at the same angle, so all the opponent has to do to block is just get his hands up. And then there's no adjustments that need to be made. And that is a terrible way to land shots. Ideally, we want to come maybe up the middle, and then around it, down to the body, and then back to the head, up the middle, and then we round around to the side, and then we come back down to the body again. And then imagine, that's only with hands, that we start adding in our legs. All the different angles that we can throw. We can come up here, and then down to the leg, and then boom, boom, and then down to the leg. We can come up the middle with those front kicks. There's so many ways to attack. Be creative and dangerous with your combos by always switching heights and switching those angles up. It becomes very difficult for somebody to block when they're going, okay, here comes the head shot down the middle. Oh, here comes the low kick down the side. Oh, body shot now. Oh, it's coming up to the head. And you just get overwhelmed trying to block so many different shots from different angles, much more difficult than me going forward and being like, okay, I'm gonna throw jab, cross, head kick. And all the guy has to do is that. Advanced practitioners are doing this. If you have not already started doing this, when you're doing your shadow boxing or your bag work, definitely start adding it in. Thinking constantly about changing up those heights. The next thing that you really want to be doing to be a high level practitioner is don't be super easy to read. What I mean by that is if every time I move, I'm throwing shots, I move, I'm throwing shots. As soon as there's any movement, they know you're committing to attacking. It makes you very predictable. But if from the outside you flick a fake, you pump a shoulder, and then you come with the attack, and then you fake again, and then you fake into an attack, you become very difficult to read. And this makes you a much more dangerous striker because the person is always on point and they don't actually know if you're throwing. So what you need to make sure you're doing is utilize those fakes and utilize fakes switching heights and angles, taking the point that we just talked about before. So if I go to throw a hook here, I don't want to come right down the middle at the same height. I want to come fake here and then down the middle at this height. Or if I fake a low kick, I come up to a different angle and a different level, and it makes it very difficult for people to get a read on us, but most importantly, they don't get comfortable. They don't understand our pace and our movement. Fakes are imperative. Start incorporating them into everything. The final tip for today to become a more dangerous striker is to make sure you're not throwing the shots you want to, but the shots that are available. So let's talk more what I mean by that and how we can actually drill this. If we're standing in front of somebody and we see really tight guard from the side and that opening down the middle, we don't want to just go, okay, well, I wanted to throw a left hook, but his hand's there, but I'm just going to throw anyway. We want to go, okay, the front's open. Attack the front. If I see the hands raise up, I go, okay, the body's open. Maybe I wanted to come 1-2, but their hands are up extra high. Why bother? 1-2. And then I see them get really heavy in their body, really heavy through the legs. So I go, okay, the low kick's there and big chop. What we're doing here is constantly analyzing the situation and finding the targets that are there as opposed to fighting and forcing things that are not there. And when we see people who just rush in like, but they're not really looking, they're just throwing, very often you don't see them land anything of massive consequence if their opponent is skilled enough to keep their chin in and utilize many of the other points which we already talked about today, especially counter shots. Jumping in and just throwing to throw and not actually looking for openings, looking for what's available, makes you very, very vulnerable. So what you can do in terms of drilling, yes, you could do this on the bag. You could step in front of the bag and imagine, okay, I throw the jab. Oh, he's open to the body. I come to the body. Maybe down to the body again to set up the head kick. You can do all that. But even better is finding somebody who does not mind working on their defense. Tell them, just work on your defense. And I'm just going to tap away. I'm just going to go really light. And you can exchange back and forth on this. This is fantastic drilling for partners who are working together. So I say, you go on defense. And I just start tapping away at this pace. If I can land shots punching at this pace, that's fantastic. That means when I let full speed go, it's going to be so easy to land. So I don't jump in and go like, ba-bum, ba-bum, and yeah, I landed on you. No, what I want to do is see if I can land at this pace. And I'm going to do that only by finding targets that are not protected and then going for them. So boom, boom, down to the body. I see, oh, the head's open. Tap him to the head. Next time maybe I set up. I come, oh, and then I fall into the body cross. And I'm constantly challenging myself with my eyesight to find an available opening, not targeting things that are already covered. And that's it, guys. Those are my 5 tips for people all the way from beginner up to advanced who want to improve their striking level and become more dangerous. There's lots of information in that episode, even though we kind of went through fairly fast. You could really take each drill, each tip that I talked about and really break it down in depth. But for today, this is enough. I hope you guys appreciate the episode. I hope you're able to incorporate some of this into your striking game, really work on it, and you will see improvement. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you have not already, join the channel, get subscribed. Train hard, guys, work these drills, and I'll see you back here soon for another video.